welcome back to my channel. It's still me, that happy girl. It's been a minute, oh my god. Have I missed you guys? Of course I have. I'm sure you have too. Woo! Have you heard? Village people are at it again. Yes, village people. For my diasporan audience, village people here does not mean people from my village or my relatives or uncles and aunties. To the Nigerian, village people is a term used to describe that person or group of persons who have made it their job, their paid job, to make sure that nobody around them is happy. Like those people who are usually the cause of every and any misfortune that anybody might be facing. They make sure that maybe you get a promotion or you got married or you got something good happening for you, and they were like, this ain't gonna last. Yes, those are the people I'm talking about, right? Yes, that is why if you're talking with a Nigerian and maybe something bad happens to someone and you hear them say, they are really doing this one from the village, or your village people are really after you. So yes, those are the people I am talking about today. They are at it again. Haters. Everyone has a hater. Like, how come you have a hater, I have a hater, she has a hater, he has a hater? So who makes up this haters community? Who makes up this haters club? That means if we all have haters, which other planet do the haters come from? That means I am your hater and you are my hater, and your parents are my parents' haters and my parents are your parents' hater, and then the circle continues. Brethren, fam, now where does this hater community stop? Like, where does it stop? Don't get me wrong. I am not saying that there are not some people who actually make it a point of duty to snuff out happiness from people around them. Like, there are some people like that. But then there are just a handful. These people go as any length as possible to make sure that whatever good thing going for their fellow human is not supposed to last more than a second. So if they can't end that happiness for you physically or through their own action, they might go as far as going about it diabolically. So yes, they do exist. But then how many are they? Since all of us have village people always at we carry our matter for head. So who makes up these village people? This is just something I need us to think about. Who makes up this haters club? Who are these village people we all seem to have? Come to think of it, every extremely old person in the village is considered a witch. Like, whenever anything bad happens in the community, look for the nearest old person around. He or she is definitely the cause. How come? We seem to forget that someday soon, you and I are going to get old and will become that village woman or village man somewhere who everybody will allege is the cause of every misfortune happening around them. A young person can no longer die for natural causes anymore. Once somebody who is young sadly dies, maybe in an accident or through some mysterious illness that doctors in the vicinity cannot diagnose, boom, village people. Really though? So somebody cannot be old in peace anymore. Somebody cannot be old and be nice. They must be the cause of every bad thing happening around them. Bad things cannot just happen to people anymore without being sent by somebody from the village. Really? Is it a sin now to be in the village? Not like village people actually reside in the village. They live among us in the cities, honestly. So that term village people is actually just a term, not to describe people who actually live in the village. But I'm sure you understand where I'm going with all of this. Now I'm going to take you through a couple of scenarios where things actually happen due to our own stubbornness or due to our own carelessness, and then in order to feel good with ourselves, we simply term it village people. Now, take this scenario for instance. A pregnant woman. Pardon me for always using women and pregnancy as my illustration point. Yeah, that seems to be my field. I seem to know a lot about us, so it's my go-to illustration point. So focus. So this woman is in labor, active labor, but not dilating properly, okay? And now her doctor suggests that she goes through a cesarean section, so that we can speed things up and save both mother and child. Now my sister, simply because her prophet has told her she will deliver like a Hebrew woman. Really? Hebrew woman? Whoever says a Hebrew woman means somebody who delivers very vaginally, I don't even understand. Well, that's a story for another day. So because her prophet has told her that, my sister begins to kabash, cast and bind. No, I can't. And of course, she remembers the dream she had a few weeks ago about a certain old auntie in the village who gave her udara or mango or orange or whatever. Automatically, she's out to get her. She begins to cast and bind. Auntie, sign your consent form. Let's operate on you. No. She stubbornly refuses and then goes ahead to push. And what happens? Sadly, or maybe unfortunately, she either loses this baby due to fetal distress, or she bleeds out, or something bad happens, and automatically village people are the cause. Now please, fam, between me and you, was he actually village people? Can't you see that in this instance now, this woman is actually her own village people? Now there are so many other instances. I'm going to give you quite a few so that you can think and like, oh my god, so I've been getting these things all wrong all this while. Another instance is this. You, as a mother, a father, know that your child is arts inclined, like is an art student, likes to draw. Everything around this child shows that he or she loves art. But because you have shown your mama doctor Ashwebi, you force this child to go and study sciences. And this child, obviously, as expected, as he's supposed to be, flunks out. Boom! Village people are the cause of it. Are you not your own child's village people now? Think about it. Let me shock you. I was scrolling through Facebook the other day and I saw someone who posted a picture, a very nasty image of a seemingly herpes infection. Like the blisters and everything points towards herpes. Of course, I didn't diagnose, so I'm not saying this for sure, but that's what it seems like. Go to the comment section. Hey, they have done you, what did they call it again? Our belt. Someone recommended 2 bottles of Goya olive oil and 7 days fasting. Come and see prescription. No, only a handful, and of course myself included, were the ones who suggested, poster, go get yourself properly diagnosed and then get the right treatment for this. You cannot get everybody buy the cast, this, that, village people, they've sent it for you. Our belt, they really? Wow. Really though? Village people too? For your nasty infection? Come on now. Let's cut these village people some slack. Are they that powerful and all doing that they are still stuck in the village per se? They are and these village people, if they create a mental imagery of them for you, they are usually the underserved, the poor, the scraggy. So if these village people possess as much power as we are giving them by thinking they have the ability to do all these things, how come their life is still the way it is? Think about it. Moving on. A couple gets married. A year, 2, 3. No child yet. Instead of these ones to go and carry out all the necessary tests that could be done, now the couple may have been focusing on the women, because you always hear in churches, married women come out for prayers. Nobody calls out the low sperm count men for prayers. Every cause of infertility is usually the cause of the women. No problem. We'll have that discussion another day. But for the purpose of this village people thing we're talking about today, I'm going to remain here. Now, this couple have not exhausted all the tests and diagnosis to ascertain truly the cause of their infertility. Then the woman remembers, there's this auntie that gave me wrapper on my wedding day, or gave me, actually someone that said she was giving seeds to plant. I mean, what's wrong in giving plantable seeds? Because it's not a common gift, automatically this my friend thinks it's just another way of village people either poisoning her or undoing her. Everybody was saying throw away. How come on now? Are we claim to be advanced technologically, otherwise scientifically, and yet we are still held hostage by some archaic superstitious beliefs and practices. No, now it's high time we started emancipating ourselves, retrieving this power we have so much given to village people. So this couple, instead of doing these tests, engaging more in sexual intercourse, eating right, doing everything by the book, at least to increase their chances. You hear pastors telling them go on 50 days dry fasting, 100 days dry fasting, really, so that the pregnancy will immaculate conception enter the tummy like that. Don't you know you should engage in sexual activities more often? For people who are trying to conceive. No. You go to the mountain and sleep for 100 days. And at the end of the day, village people And what is even more annoying is that most of our so-called men of God these days are equally responsible for propagating this village people mentality belief that is going on. That is why they give A the same prophecy, B the same prophecy. Somebody is actually chasing you from the village. Somebody is out to undo you. Really? Oh yeah, you have seen that person. End it already. Their prophecy only ends at seeing people who are out to undo you. Definitely no solutions for it. Think about it. Your car is 40, has been giving you all the signs in the world. Wetin remain na to open mouth and say, Oga, fix me. No, you will not. And then it breaks down in the middle of the road, maybe on your way to an important interview or business meeting or contract signing or something, or even accident for that matter. Boom. Village people no wrong. They are the cause. You have an interview. You don't study for the company you're going to interview for. You don't do anything to show that you're preparing for tomorrow. You even have a bad dinner for crying out loud. And then the next day you start from purging to arriving at your venue late, everything going negatively. Boom, village people. You eat in the night, you don't wash your hands properly, and of course you live in a cockroach and rat infested apartment. Those ones come out to have a field on your hands and feet. Eat it and scratch here and there. Boom, village people. Wow, so much power we are giving to these village people without meaning to. A girl refuses to be good for herself, learn how to cook, learn how to be a wife, learn how to be nice, to be responsible, to be productive. She refuses to do all those things, and then she gets married tomorrow and her bad character chases her out of her husband's house. Boom, village people. Village people are going to do nike. I saw one that was very funny the other day. A woman claims she went for scan, and the scan shows she's having a male child, and then eventually at the end of the day she put to bed and delivered a female child. Boom, village people swapped her baby in her tummy. Really? Swap? How? At least they didn't even kill the child. They swapped it for you and gave you a female. You forget sometimes that these scans are not like 100% correct. Sometimes they are not clear. If you have seen a scan image, a printed scan picture before, you will know these things are not 100%. Of course they tell you, but because your mind is so fixated on having a male child, even if the technician tells you you're having a female, you believe in faith you're having a son, and then on the D-Day the reality sets in, and then village people are to be blamed. Why am I giving this so many instances? It is to draw us out to see, even if we're not guilty from this perspective, we may be from the other perspective of ways we have inadvertently given so much power to these so-called village people and not take responsibility for our own failure, for our own misfortune, for our own... You understand? We make mistakes. We are still imperfect humans. We're bound to make mistakes. So when bad things happen to us, we should not always look for who to throw the blames at. Some village people. That is not so. We still live in an imperfect world. Bad things are bad to happen to us. Merely being at a wrong place at the wrong time is bound to end badly for us. So the sooner we realize this, the sooner we come to this understanding, the easier it is for us to pick ourselves up from failure, from bad situations, to dust ourselves up, get back on the saddle and move on. Because if we keep looking for who to blame, some village people to come to accept all the blames, we will remain where we are, and then stagnation takes place. So please, my dear friends, family, there is no village people or person out to undo you. Okay? Satan is still very much out there, and he's doing everything he can. I'm not going to be all preachy now, but the Bible in Revelation says he's out there roaming about like a hungry lion seeking to devour someone. So even if it seems that you are being nice, you're a true Christian, you're a true person, you lead a good and godly life, and yet bad things happen to you, remember that it is all those good people that are his targets, and so he will do everything in his power to make sure he snuffs happiness out of you, so that you either hate God or blame him for your misfortune. So please guys, we need to take back control. We need to correct this narrative. Nobody's out to undo you, okay? Bad things happen. Let us have that at the back of our mind. But even when they do, we should pick ourselves back up, dust ourselves off, and then get back on the side, okay? And then get back on the horse. I don't even know which is correct. But what I mean is, get up and move. Move on, okay? Last, we go there, okay? Whew. I'm not not going to talk too much. People complain my videos are too long. I'm sorry for that, but it's just I have so much to say and I'm unable to cram them up into very short minutes. So I hope this is short enough. But even if it is not, I apologize in advance. So in case you haven't subscribed to my channel, please, this is time to do that. It is free. It doesn't cost you nothing. Just scroll down, click subscribe, and then the bell button beside it, and then it's a win-win. Okay, let's support each other. And so thank you so much for sitting through to the end of this video. I really appreciate time with you. Until I see you again, guys, please remain happy. Okay, whatever the case, remain happy, stay safe from virus, from violence. Just be safe. Okay, I love you guys. I'll see you soon. Bye.